I'm so excited for our guest today. So we met at Texas A&M, so that's why I have the hat on today. And his name is Dr. Thomas Easley. Now, he told me, he said, Frank, you can call me doctor. You can call me Dr. Thomas. You can call me Dr. Thomas Easley. You can call me Professor Easley, but don't call me late to dinner. So with that introduction, Thomas, if you would, anything that you want to share with our group about who you are, what you do, any of that stuff, and then share
Sure.
with us something that you do for fun.
Okay. Well, thank you first. It's good to see you, my friend. And that feels good. That's one thing I can say. One thing I do for fun is to talk to friends. So thank you for that. I just let people know I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. I've been a professor. I'm a minister. I care for my community. I live in North Carolina now. I would say all these other things like I'm a forester, I'm an author, and all of that stuff. But the true essence is I'm a person who really likes to connect with people and likes to be stretched by the perspectives and thoughts of other. Like I like to be stretched. I didn't say stressed. I like to be stretched because I know that to me that's a gift of being a human is to learn from each other. So that I'll say that. Then all the other things about me is an example of why I like to be stretched, being a forester, being a doctor, and all of that stuff. You see, so that's me.
So what is it? So it sounds like part of what you do for fun is you like to be stretched. Can you give
Hmm.
us like an example of maybe one time where you were stretched and
Mm.
you were like, oh, that was a lot of fun.
Yes. Oh boy, yes. I had an experience once where I went through an annual review that it's not that it didn't go well, it didn't go smoothly because the other folks in the room were not comfortable with themselves and with what I was doing. And so the majority of the annual review was them trying to get me to rethink what it was that I was doing. I have no problem being critiqued or checked or challenged. I really don't, because I don't think I know it all. But every time they gave me something, I had a reply because I didn't see how what they were saying was relevant to help me grow and do something better. So I was like, okay, so how do I apply that? Every time they said something, how do I apply that? And I could tell me asking how to apply that was frustrating for them, just like me having to hear that was like kind of frustrating for me. And then we end up hitting a wall in there, and I told them this review is over. Like I told them that this review is over. I think we need to regroup tomorrow. Okay. But I'm going to leave this office and we'll be in touch. And when I went to my office and just sat for a minute and started typing up what happened, because I believe in documentation and, letting my lawyer know how to protect me, I actually realized I was like, that was fun what because what happened is the reason why we could regroup the next day is because I didn't do anything to disrespect anyone in the room, even though I'm the one who's in the red seat, but I put them in the red seat because they were the ones who were committing the fouls, not me. And so I must have been having some fun because I kept engaging with them. I didn't shut the door until we got to a point where it was like, I think that they've stepped on something that's going to cause something to explode. And then that was me going, whoa, okay, we need to calm down now because they're getting more into something. And I'm like, you're about to mess yourself up. You're not going to mess me up. You're going to mess yourself up because if other people find out what y'all are doing here, it's going to be a problem. And I've recognized that I was having fun because there was some banter, but then there was some challenging comments that were made, and I was able to navigate or finagle my way around it. And what I recognize is I have fun when I'm talking to people who don't see the world the way that I see it. I have fun when I actually engage with people who do not agree with the things that I think, and that's because I'm not a people pleaser. I don't need you to agree with me. My job is not to convince you to be on my side. I'm really just trying to enjoy this interaction with you. And so that's what I mean. That's an example right there. And those same two people are still friends to this day. What happened in that review, we're actually still tight to this day.
I love that so much, Thomas, because it's like you go into it with the idea of I'm going to have fun. So when we have that perspective, guess what?
What's that?
You do have fun, but you don't get thrown out. Like a lot of times it'd be real easy to spin out of control emotionally or something like that. But it just kind of helps you to stay in control, right? And
I like
it's
that.
really that positive movement forward. I love that.
Hmm.
I love that.
Mm.
Now, before we started recording, you said, "Can I do a couple of them?" And y'all,
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask him because I've seen him do this. And you all, if you've seen any of these episodes, you know that I used to do impersonations when I did stand up, and my kids do impersonations at the dinner table. And so I'm just gonna ask Dr. Thomas Easley, if you would, Thomas, you do a couple of impersonations. Am I right?
In your opinion, I don't
Yeah.
do them on purpose because I don't think that I do them. I don't think I'm that good at that. I've
All
never
right,
considered
so
myself.
I'm gonna give you a name, and then if you just go ahead and do your impersonation of them. These are the ones that I remember that I thought were pretty good. All right, you ready?
Okay.
Steve Harvey.
Listen here. Listen to what I'm saying right now. Boy, if you don't get it straight over there, that's my Steve.
Okay, and then I don't know if you remember doing this one, but you did Muhammad Ali.
Oh, come on now. You know that I'm pretty. I'm prettier than you. Matter of fact, if we get into the ring together, you're not going to even be able to see me. Why? Because my prettiness is going to mess with your vision. I don't even know why I'm sitting here talking about it now. You need supervision. You need permission to be in my place. Go on, let's do some admission that it's going to be over for you, buddy. Good riddance. Get out of my face. I love the champ, man. The champ. The champ. Now, I want to
That
admit
was
something.
that was awesome.
I want to give Godfrey, he's my favorite comedian. I want to
Okay.
give him respect because he's the one I think who does the best impersonations. And I love him. I hope to meet him one day. I just say he's my GOAT. Like he's gonna be the biggest comedian, I promise you, in a decade. But then the champ, man. It's to me that was like, he wasn't perfect, but to me, it's like there's not many people better than the former Cassius Clay, Muhammad Ali. It's the champ, man. He was a beautiful person. Or he is a beautiful person.
First time I saw Thomas do that, we were in front of a group of people, and I'm like, "Oh, you got to say that in front of people." He's like, "I'm pretty. I'm so pretty." And you went on to the whole thing. People are like, "Oh my goodness, who is this guy?" Right? And you were a hit. You were a but so
Thank
there's
you.
two very different ways to have fun, right?
Yes,
I hope they just
yes,
kind of maybe trigger something and get you thinking about, hey, how do I like to have fun? I think
yes.
fun, Thomas, I think fun, the more we do this series, the more I learn about it. And I think fun really is an attitude, right?
Mm,
And I think you can do
hmm.
fun doing almost anything, but I love how you use that to set yourself up to stay in control mentally and emotionally as you go through some challenging times, because you look at those like, all right, now we get to have some fun. And then
Yeah,
I will always remember you doing the greatest, right? Muhammad Ali.
yeah,
So
yeah, yes.
thank you so much for your time today, man. This was great. And we'll have to have you
Okay.
back on because I know you've got more ways of having fun.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.